Drama Kings podcast. We back in here with another episode, but it's a special episode. We got a special guest in here, man. We're gonna get to him. Holler at him, Ken.
Hey, man, it's your favorite host, Ken. You know what I'm talking about? We in here. You know, we got a special guest in here, man. But we ain't gonna let him talk to y'all yet. Holler at him, Rob.
Hey, man, Baracko, boat nose, Lil Rob, the heartthrob. Like my boy said, a special guest. Y'all been asking for it, and it's here, man. We gonna go and kick it off to the left of me, man. Shout out yourself.
Yo, welcome to Drama Kings, baby. It's me, No Po, baby, aka Boonan Man.
Boodan man.
Boodan man.
In case y'all boys don't know, man, Nopo used to sell Boodan at Wheelie High School,
My
man.
man's-
My boy was notorious. Hey.
Probably one of the first hustlers I knew. You know what I mean? Nigga was selling boudin
Out the backpack.
out the backpack,
That's
man.
crazy. That's
Hey,
a
boy,
different type
you
of high
ain't-
school hustle.
Snack plug, man. Straight
You
up.
want-
Hey, no.
Real talk, though.
Real talk snack plug.
What's
Like, that's
crazy,
a
bro,
different
is
type of
that-
You know what I'm
hustle,
saying?
bro. Like, boot
Hey.
in out the backpack.
Out
Yo,
the backpack.
for real. It was hot and ready.
Hot.
No Little Caesars. You know what I'm talking about?
No
Hey,
cap,
man,
no
fact.
cap, man.
For real, for
We
real.
was staying on Crane. My mama was selling Boudin as a side hustle, man. We was staying right there on Crane and Russell. Know what I'm talking about? Shout out to my boy Big Yo. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but yeah, right by the car wash. The car wash ain't there no more. But y'all know, if you from Crane, you know what I'm talking
Right
about,
on.
man. But yeah, man, you know, hey,
Crane the main.
we in here, man. What's up?
What's up, man? Drama Kings podcast, man. Like they said, special guest, man.
Hey, man,
you know,
I'm
we
single.
feeling good.
It's a new season, so that's why we
Hey, y'all, I'm single. So,
Got
ladies,
this.
if you watching Drama Kings podcast, I'm single. Ain't in no relationship yet.
I mean, you know.
Holla at my boy, man. Y'all
Get at
hear
him, man. You
F-
feel me?
Yeah,
FYI, fun fact, get at NoPo, 213.nopo on IG.
Yeah, shout your
know what I mean?
shit out, man.
Man,
What you got
hey,
going
man.
on, man? Let us
Man,
know.
I got-
What,
hey, man, so look what's
talk
going
to
on.
us.
I've been cooking since I've been cooking.
Right
Yes,
on.
sir.
It's been destined for me to serve you guys food. You know what I'm saying? Since I've been serving that wheelie out the backpack. I've been live with this here cooking stuff, man. I remember one time, man, y'all remember that, man? We went to to the Mardi Gras in Galveston, man.
Right on.
My boy Colin Bell, man. Fat Joe. Shout out Fat Joe, man.
Shout out Fat Joe,
Boy
man.
made a bad song, man, called Hey, I
DJ
got that
Colo.
boonin'.
DJ Colo on IG. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. Go ahead.
Yeah,
and
man,
know
go
what you
check my
saying.
boy, man.
Let me ask you, when you was doing the boudin, was you making it from scratch?
Making it from scratch. I'm still
Hey,
making
boy,
it
hey,
from scratch,
boy.
man.
Live,
Still.
live, for sure.
I made it from scratch every morning. I got up at 4 o'clock every morning, man. I had 2 backpacks. I had the backpacks that had coolers on the bottom of them. So I would fill them up with juices, the top of them, loaded up with boudin.
Hey, boy, you was ahead of your
That's a
time,
hell
boy.
of, yeah,
Hey,
that's a hell of a.
Like, no
Hey,
bullshit,
that's a
You
man.
was
hell of
ahead
a
of your
shit.
time, man. Hey, real
That's
talk.
live.
Hey man, so we you know, we gonna try to transition to this today's topic. You did. My man's,
What we got, man?
my man's know he done already told you straight off the bat he's single, but we're gonna get into a little bit of relationship talk today, man.
Uh-oh.
It's a dangerous. My man saying because it's a dangerous game.
Dangerous.
But it's just certain shit that we can only avoid for so long until we're gonna have to just keep it real with y'all. Cause like I said, we tell y'all the time, full disclaimer, this ain't no bashing nobody. We don't bash nobody. But if the motherfucker shoe fit, you gonna have to wear
Hey,
it, baby.
man.
Shit, where that motherfucker.
Hey, and y'all pay attention to this episode because our next potential guest, you know, we gonna probably talk some more about this, man. We you know what I'm saying? We want to deep dive into this. This ain't just one topic that you talk about one time and it go away. We need all aspects. We need all point of views on this one, man. So
All
you know,
Set the stage, man.
yeah, this is something we've been trying to get right for years, man, centuries, man, decades, generations, man. We've been trying to get it right. So
You know I'm
It's
ready.
a work in progress. We know he ready.
You know I'm ready.
Y'all better
Lover
watch
boy.
this episode, like he said, man, because I'm going to set the tone and I'm going to make sure, hey, ain't no other guest going to be live than me. You hear
Hold
me?
on, man. Y'all hear?
Hold
You hear me?
on, hold on.
Ain't gonna be no
Y'all
good.
He talking that shit,
Y'all
man.
hear?
He talking
We
that
don't
shit.
get
That's
louder
what's
than my
up,
boy
though,
know,
baby.
man.
We appreciate you coming
So
on.
pay
though.
attention, ladies, because I'm setting the standard. When you come up here, yo, we going to talk about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Facts.
So I mean, what do y'all feel like is the major disconnect between how relationships, shit like that, used to be in as opposed to what they are today? We was talking on the last episode. Make sure y'all check it out on Jumper Kids Podcast on YouTube. We was talking about the big mama mentality, man. I feel like that big mama mentality got a lot to do with why we got a, you know what I mean, disconnect between male and female as opposed to courtship.
Can you explain a little bit more though? When you
Big
say
mama mentality. These women is out here pimping these days, B. You know what I'm talking about? They treating
Hey,
men
man.
like they treating men like how men treat they, you know. I don't want to say the B word,
Yeah.
but you know, hey man, these women got hoes out here.
Especially in Houston, man.
feel like the
especially-
roles reversed a little
Especially
bit.
in Houston,
It's
man.
definitely reversed. And remember, you said that, you know, they definitely reversed. We know we can see it
Facts.
everywhere. It ain't got to be in one place. It's everywhere now. And it's spread, that culture of, like I said, that big mama mentality, that culture is spreading throughout the nation, our culture mostly and mainly, because it gets kind of within our culture, if we being real.
So basically, we saying women taking over as men now.
Yeah, they treating, it ain't
I ain't gonna say as men.
but
I'm
in
not
the
gonna
fashion.
say as men.
They just getting a little bit more
You
hip.
know what I'm saying? It's just, yeah.
They getting a little bit more hip, and they not just taking out bullshit no more. You feel me?
So-
they starting to, you know, put their foot down in other aspects. I guess you know.
So
what I'm
it's
saying?
safe to say that they tired of all shit.
They been tired.
They
been tired.
giving it back.
They been
Yeah,
tired.
they
same way.
dishing it back out now. You know.
You know, these women, they out here going, they going out here and getting these men, they getting teams, they getting, you know, the exclusivity level is changing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it used to be, oh, well, it'll be, or this dude, he's playing around, but the woman is the serious one. But now you got women taking on their role as far as, well, shit, if he gonna play, I'm gonna play too. If he gonna cheat, I'm gonna cheat back. If such and such, you know, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean?
So what started that?
Shit.
What
Oh,
y'all
so
think
shit,
started
it's a lot
the
of
women
things.
feeling like
Dog ass niggas.
A lot of things.
Let's be real about it.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you ever been a dog ass nigga, man.
I'm not gonna. If you ever been,
Raise your hand if you ever been a dog ass nigga. Keep it real.
Man.
And that shit, that karma shit is coming full circle. Go ahead. What you saying?
Man, y'all know I start any conversation like this. I started and I ended with us as men, especially black men. We gotta treat our women
Yeah,
better.
you fucking up.
You know what I'm saying? Before I dive into anything, before I get into any, you know what I'm talking about? Hey, we gotta treat our women better. Period.
I agree with him. I
blank,
agree
period, man.
100%.
It just ain't no,
But-
you know what I'm saying?
black women need to start treating us black kings a hell of a lot better too.
We
That's
got,
also.
hey, facts, but
So
we gotta
double-sided
present. We
coin.
gotta present ourselves as kings.
Because
too.
if you ask me, the black men start doing black women how they like that because we ain't been getting treated like that ain't been getting treated the right way for so long. So now it's like fuck it.
I don't know.
I can't
I don't know if
fully
I can.
agree with
I
that.
can't 100% agree with that, no, Poe.
I can't.
Only the reason why I say
I
is
feel like men
because
started that shit.
historically, it's been men who really ain't
Hey.
doing what they supposed to be doing.
man,
you know what I'm saying?
What are we supposed to be doing? Whoever said that it's a job that we supposed to be doing? That's why we have so many issues now because a man feel like this and a woman feel like that and nobody it's no rules to this stuff actually.
Right on.
It's no rules.
I can
I
get with
understand. It's no rules.
So therefore, what's right and what the fuck is wrong? Who's to say this is right, this is wrong if there are no rules?
But it's no rules. But if you want to be treated as such thing, if you want to be held to these high regards, then you have to also hold yourself to those high standards.
It has to be
You know what I'm saying?
reciprocation.
You know?
One-
It needs to be reciprocation in both aspects. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I think that right now, everybody, men and women, are both pointing a finger at each other.
Okay.
We're not
Yeah.
listening to understand. We're listening to respond.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm
The
saying? And
disconnect- the
it's very
disconnect is-
disconnected. We need y'all. We
Yeah.
need women.
Yes.
Just like
Oh,
women
yes,
need
bro.
men.
Yeah,
You
for
feel
sure.
me? You know what I'm saying? So it just got to the point to where like the women are tired and they've been trying to express their emotions and you know they've been trying to you know tell us to change our ways, but we've been so you know isolated to the point to where it's very much a disconnect because as far as like being a man too, when you know a lot of men are not open and vulnerable with their emotions, and women aren't used to it.
That's
So
facts.
if a woman say she want a man that's open and honest, and then she get that, she kind of get a little scared because she ain't had it. So then that continues to create this disconnect because now she got what she wanted, but she don't think that it's real because she ain't never had that. Because a lot of us men, especially black men, we hold a lot of stuff in.
But a man's vulnerability is often used against him in a
Thank
lot
you.
of
There you
ways
go.
by a lot of people, and women are guilty of that. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
facts. That's why I said that they want
I
it, but
can
they don't
agree.
know how to.
Yeah.
They don't know how to. You know.
So in my opinion, the disconnect in the two parties is communication. That's you know what I'm saying. I think
You
that's
feel
I think
like
that's what a disconnect is.
They working around each other instead of with each other.
Yeah,
You're not working
exactly.
with each other. They're working around each other. Does that make sense?
So
It's a
no
fight.
understanding, basically. No understanding.
And there you go. I was gonna get that was that's a very good point because I feel like it's a lot of misunderstanding. You know, there's a lot of us trying to work for ourselves and not
Yeah.
work for the
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
Because if you like, let's just talk about myself. I don't want to talk about nobody. There's been a lot of times I've been in situations where I was just selfish, thinking about myself. Wasn't necessarily worried about or understanding, like he said, the other party, and that'll create once you go, you can go a long way in the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? But once you didn't make so many of those mistakes and shit, how we gonna fix this shit?
Yeah, facts.
I think we took healthy communication and we replaced it with lies. I think lies, just we input lies in where healthy communication and honesty need to be. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, but I think some of those lies, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think some of those lies, especially from guys, are justified due to the fact of how we are treated as men.
Lying ain't
Nah,
justified.
what you mean?
in no
Lying
case.
can never be justified, though, really.
In my opinion, because I feel like if
Okay, I'm gonna put it like this, and I say it's justified, just like you just said about a man and his emotions. You know what I'm saying? A woman want to be more emotional, and he's, you know what I'm saying, he covers up about his emotions just to, he lie about it. I'm not sensitive. I'm not that, but you actually are sensitive. It's justified because you don't want to tell a woman this, you don't want to tell a woman that, and then she uses it against you.
But that goes back into communication, though. You shouldn't have to lie about it. If you're a sensitive person, then you shouldn't have to lie about that. You should know who you're dealing with. Because if you lying about it, then you automatically going about it wrong.
Facts.
Because I shouldn't have to deal with you if I can't express who I am. If I'm not a sensitive person, I'm just not a sensitive person. If you want me to be more vulnerable, I don't know how to do that. So I'm going to have to just tell you the truth, and then we're going to have to just figure it out if we're going to try to make it work, or I'm just going to go about my business. But if I start off lying to you right then and there, I'm already... going about it the wrong way.
I'm not more so talking about lies like you lying about your character or something like that, because that's a whole nother episode, a whole nother things that we can dive into. I meant so about your intentions. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Like, being monogamous, being faithful. You know what I'm saying? If you have no intentions of being serious with a woman, let her know. Let's not lead each other home. Let's not.
Yeah.
Sometimes things can change though. Does that?
No, I understand things do change.
Does
but
that still?
you
Is that a lie?
No, that's not a lie because things change. But when things change, be honest about it. Be open about it and communication. It's all about open and honest communication. Things change all the time. You get in a relationship with somebody, everybody has different needs. Everybody commits to different things. Exactly. They compromise on certain things. And eventually those things are gonna change. Nobody's gonna ever stay the same. Things change, but you also have to continue to communicate those things, continue to grow, continue to be open and honest about what you want, what you will accept, what you won't accept, and and move forward. Eventually somebody gonna say, hey, I don't want to deal with that, and that's cool. But this is what I require, this is what I will accept, this is how I'm gonna move forward. And if you don't agree with those things, if those things don't line up with what you got going on, then hey, remove yourself from that situation. Don't be afraid to remove yourself when things ain't lining up how you need to. That's how we get a lot of damaged folks.
And that's how you get that, and that's how a lot of people end up settling. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't communicate what they wanted, and then they just got stuck in the position to where they feel like, well, it's too late. I might as well just go and stick with it. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I might as well just go ahead. But you should never, men and women, and a lot of men need to understand that boundaries don't just work one way. It works for men and women. Men can have boundaries too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we are kind of taught that, we shouldn't have boundaries, or we should be men, so we should accept certain things. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
y'all
but
niggas
no.
is cooking, man. Ain't gonna
You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
go ahead, continue, brother.
And I also think too, that social media plays a lot into like relationships, and the thing I was gonna get into is communication and trust and things like that, but having a lot of options at times, and this generation is different. You got so many like dating apps and things like that to where people don't want to really put in the work to try to make it work with that person that they with right there. You get into one argument and you ready to swipe left
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
because
Like,
it's not serious no more.
Yeah.
But
I
Nothing
agree.
is
You know,
serious.
yeah.
Nothing is serious no more. If I'm starting to dating now, dating is more so now. Like as it used to be, we go on dates. We try to get to know each other. Now it's more so. I just want to see what I can get out of you.
oh yeah.
That's true.
But it's always
I wanna
gonna
see
be a
what
motive.
I want to see what you got to offer. I'm going on a date with you just because you look like this and you look like that. I want to see what you got to offer. I don't want to see who you are. I don't want to get to know you. I just want to see what you got to offer me.
Facts. Dating always comes with a motive though, but the motive should be, you know, the end goal should be marriage, you know, starting a family. But it's always every time you meet somebody, it's a motive out of it when you dating them.
Yeah,
you feel me? When
man.
you trying to, you know what I'm saying? But to your point is just a lot of times men and women, it seems like allegedly women want you to do something for them, and men want in return your body. You feel
They
me?
want them draws,
You know what
man.
I'm saying? So it
I'm
seems
glad
like
you
it's
said that.
you know,
So on fast chains ain't no robbery, correct?
It's not.
That's true.
No, it's
It's
not.
not.
So
It's not.
to have sex with a woman and her want money from you, that's not fair exchange, correct?
What you mean? If she
To have you go have sex with a woman, you giving her your penis for her vagina, that's fair exchange, correct or right?
if she is agreeing to it, yeah. If she agreeing to
No,
it,
I understand what you're saying. I feel I get what you where you going. I get where you going.
You should never pay for it.
The thing is, you know what I'm saying? The thing is the value you put on it. And
Yeah.
the value you put on yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm married, so listen. I know what type of, I know what type of D I'm bringing to the table. I know that. You know what I'm saying? So, in my case, you can't hold, sex over my head because I know what type of sex I'm giving you. You know what I'm saying? So now, what we gonna do is we gonna take sex as being the highest form of what we can reach with each other out the equation, because it's not. And that's for anybody in any relationship, anytime a man is dealing with a woman or vice versa, anytime a woman is dealing with a man, sex is not the end goal. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
not. Let's
Right.
take that. If a lot of things would be black, black and white if we remove that from our thoughts.
So go back to biblical terms. Well,
I
you don't
ain't-
get married. I don't believe in the
you know,
Bible. I'm just hypothetically speaking. In biblical terms, if we take sex out, you don't have sex before marriage.
I'm not saying taking sex out because
Do you think it'll be a
I'm not
difference,
gonna-
though?
It's 2024, bro. It's about to be 2025.
STDs is high.
They are. That's why you got to protect yourself. But relationships working in these times without the aspect of sex, it's hard. Just being real. Let's just be 100. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's.
I think that's true,
know,
but I
it's
think
hard.
I think that's true, but I also think it's all about self discipline.
Yeah.
and what you looking for.
Yeah,
if
that's true.
you truly looking like be real. If you meet a nice woman, you feel me? She got a banging body. You a man.
Yeah.
You gonna automatically put yourself in that position and see yourself being intimate with her.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like you said, that should be like the highest form of equation that we can reach together.
Yeah.
But
that's what I'm saying.
that's gonna be the reward when I actually get to know this person and get turned on spiritually by her, mentally and things like that. Not just me leading going in and I'm just horny and you feel me? Because a lot of times, just being real, a lot of us men, we mess up with good women because we don't get to know them enough. You feel me? So we automatically,
That's
what I'm
the
saying?
same thing with women though, because a lot of
But
women.
I can't speak for women. That's why I can only speak from a man perspective.
That's why this,
Generically-
this type of topic gonna continue to go because we got
It's gonna
to
continue
have
'cause
women to
somebody-
talk about it and
They come rebut
Yeah.
everything we got to say here.
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
Because a lot of times, and if depending on what type of lifestyle you lead, women. But for what he said, men will go in head first, so they be hot and ready, horny.
Yeah.
But at the same time, women nowadays, I think y'all kind of touched on it, was a lot of women will fall in love with your hand before they fall in love with your heart.
Right on.
What you gonna give me? What you gonna do for Big Mama for real?
Yeah.
Come on. I mean,
That's your shit, huh?
Am I lying though?
That's your shit, huh?
That's a bop.
It is. I like it. Shout out
That's
Lotto.
Big Mama.
Lotto, come talk some shit on here,
You know what I'm
man.
talking about for real though, but we being in this day and age. I'm not talking about my great grandpa and grandpa, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about today in 2000, fucking 24 to and beyond. We our generation, because now we getting old. I mean, we all getting older. Obviously, keep on living, young niggas.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm saying it's not like it's improving. So I feel like it's only gonna get worse. Me and Rob have conversations about the mistakes we've made. You know what I'm saying? And we be like, man, I don't know. It's not looking good.
Yeah, it gets scary sometimes
we ain't looking
when
good.
you really like take a step back
Yeah.
and start thinking about, like you said, we getting older and you start thinking about like, wow, you feel me? Like in my case,
Yeah.
I don't have no kids. You
Yeah.
feel me? I'm
Never been married.
Never been married. So when I think about like I'm in my late 30s going into my 40s, you know what I'm saying? And in the dating pool, it is what it is right now. You start kind of, and I have had conversations with women about it. It started becoming to the point to where like you're not trying to ghost a person intentionally, but you're just getting to the point to where you so used to being alone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's scary, because who wants to really get used to being alone?
Nobody.
Nobody.
And
You know
then
what I'm saying? Like
you're not gonna have that. Oh, once it happens, not because I know it's gonna happen for you, brother. But I'm saying,
Let me tell you.
once it happens, you're not gonna have that. Like my man, he already 10 years deep.
And let me
Right?
tell y'all something. Coming from a married man, please, this is for men and women. Getting married is not the prize.
Right on.
Let me repeat that, because so many people make that the end goal.
Right.
Getting married is not the prize. Getting married and making it work is more of a prize than being married itself.
like staying married.
Staying married, you
Yeah,
know what
it's
I'm
the
saying?
prize, yeah.
Staying married, raising a family, going through things and getting over
getting
that
over
hump,
those,
you know
yeah.
what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Getting married ain't the prize, because anybody can walk out here, fall in love, puppy love today or tomorrow,
Yeah,
and say,
thanks.
hey, let's get married, and then 6 months later, man, this man tripping, this man here,
Yeah.
I found out I'm with a narcissist, and I'm with a person who don't know how to manage money, and they, all type of things, because when you into that aspect of a relationship, now you have to think way deeper into just what we gonna eat tonight. You know what I'm saying?
You don't see weddings no more. You don't see people proposing. I mean, this
It's
2024,
happening.
this 2024 out of this whole year, I probably seen maybe one proposal on Instagram, on social media.
It's still happening.
It happens. You know
A
what
lot
I'm
of people
saying?
just not public about it, but it's not as pronounced as it used to be.
But what's crazy is
Right?
what's crazy to your point is, and this is no shade on nobody, but what's crazy is what he's saying is true. It does still happen, of course, but you don't see it. But what you see a lot of
Breakups.
but you see a lot of like baby showers, and you see a
Yeah,
lot of like,
there
you
you
know
go.
what I'm
Gender
saying,
reveals.
gender reveals and things like that. You don't see,
Yeah.
when we was coming up, you seen a lot of like, proposals in
Right.
different places and different. So, like we got to kind of break those. And it's just not black people. It's just, human race in general.
Yeah,
but
yeah, and
you feel me, like,
and that, in my opinion, that's more so, like, me and my wife, we had a child before we got married. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that has to do with financial, decisions. Just you can have a child, get married, buy your house. Pay
Yeah,
off your house,
facts.
pay off your car, do all that things. But you have people who set they lives up in a completely different way. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be single, then I'm gonna get a house, then I'm gonna pay my house off. Then I'm gonna pay my student loans
But
off. Now I'm gonna get married.
Yeah, facts.
Now I'm gonna have a
Facts.
child. You know what I'm saying? And it does. Don't get me wrong. It sets you up in a different way. But I'm gonna just be realistic, man. Everybody ain't built like that. Everybody ain't got mamas and daddies and uncles
But
and grandparents that
Support
push
systems
that
that
push
Facts.
that type of
Take some of the stress
that
off
type
of
of
it,
thought on
take some
them,
of the
which is
load off.
okay. But what you have to do in your space is you have to manage things in your way and make things
100%.
come out
That's
for
what I was
you.
gonna
how- you know what
piggyback
I'm
off of
saying?
you and say.
That's what you have to do. That's your responsibility.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I have no responsibility for going backwards and trying to redo things that my parents didn't do before me. It's my responsibility to move forward and fix things and contour things
So-
in a way that I can be fine, my kids can be fine, my wife can be fine.
So how
going
did you get
forward.
from that boyfriend girlfriend level to
What
how did
set-
you elevate it to that
What
get
set
married?
it in motion? I
Yeah.
think?
Man, I'm
what,
I'ma
what, set-
be-
what was
there
what
you-
was the point?
Yeah, there you go.
Not the point. The point in time that what he's
Yeah.
talking about.
that you felt like you knew that it was time
Okay.
to go from this hurdle to You know,
Be careful, baby.
Because what you everybody, man or woman, men and men, you gonna come to a time where you gonna be with somebody and it's gonna click. And you gonna, if you get married for reasons above what you can do for me,
Right.
you're gonna get to a point where you say, I'm willing to make things work with this person for the long term versus throwing it all away and continue to starting over and continue to doing
right.
and continue to go back and continue to go out here and meet somebody new.
Because it's
and
tiresome.
continue to,
It's very tiresome.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's tiresome. Like,
Tired of
you
starting over, B.
gonna get to a point where love gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of people, love does it. Love makes me look at this woman and be like, you know what? I don't want to argue. I want to fix this issue.
yeah, exactly.
I wish I could get you to look at me like
And
that.
you know what I'm saying? and it's not gonna love. And once you get to the point and you keep on going, and one day love not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Damn.
One day it's gonna be,
What is
I
gonna
know
be
she
then?
got my back. One day it's gonna be the kids. One day it's gonna change. It's never gonna be the same. And that's what we had that talk a long time ago. That's why I said you're gonna continually and constantly evolve as a person.
I was watching.
You have to. You know what I'm saying?
To go to speak to his point about love. I'm just gonna speak my example. I don't want to fuck it up. I was watching Power, one of the greatest shows.
Oh my God.
But one
Shout out
thing
50.
I don't know if y'all will remember, but Tasha, when she found out Ghost was trying to leave, Keisha, her Lala, Keisha,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
She was like, "Won't you leave his there?" Blah blah blah, and she kept saying, "He's the father of my kids." Like,
Right.
It wasn't. I know he doing me wrong.
Right.
But it's got to be. I know he doing me wrong, but I got to think about the big picture here. Like,
Yeah.
that's the father of my kids. That's my financial support system. He paying for my grandma's house.
Right.
Like, am I just finna straight up step out and?
But
I mean,
she should have been selfish, though, to be honest.
I get it, but that's we talking about we playing a dangerous game here. You ready to put it all online and snatch out the tuition check for the kids from the private school and send us all back to goddamn me.
Yeah.
Nowhere, no man's land, just because I may need some improvement as far as myself is concerned, just to get this person to stay anyway.
And
She
see,
chose
and-
to cry in the rose than to cry on the bus.
There you go.
And that's why.
There you
and
go.
See, and me, I don't want to be a tyrant in that aspect. I'd rather you be happy without me or with somebody else than be miserable with me.
Yeah, facts.
I'm not built like that.
I would never say no shit
I'm
like
not
that.
built like that. You know what I'm saying? just because. But
you narcissistic,
But also, but you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it.
Come
That's
to
why.
therapy with me.
Let me tell y'all something. This
Take one
of
and
course,
no one.
this topic is all over social media.
Which one? Go ahead.
Who come first, your kids or your spouse? For me,
I feel like that's no-brainer.
For me and my spouse, it's gonna always be spouse. You wanna know why? Because us together, our kids together is gonna be the number one priority. You feel what I'm saying?
So
Does
when
that
y'all
make
come
any
together-
sense? If I put her first and she put me first, together we can come together and make sure our kids are first. Because
I think that's what Ghost and
because
Tasha was
if
doing.
I'm not operating in in a space where I need to be, the family can't operate right.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If my wife not operating in the space where she need to be, if I can't put her first and put her needs first, how she gonna take care of the kids?
I was reading Will Smith's book, and he had a passage in his book, and he said that, and he was saying that when he first went to therapy with Jada, and
At the red table.
no, way before
fault,
that,
my
the
fault.
therapist was just asking him about like what was going on and things like that, and to rank the importance of the relationships and who come first. And he said he put himself first, and Jada got upset, and she didn't understand it. And when I was reading it, I didn't understand it. I'm like, okay, before your kid, I don't mind you. Once again, I don't have kids, but I'm just assuming that okay, maybe your kids will come, and then But then I understood what he said when he explained to her, and he said just similar to what you just
Exactly.
said. If I can't put myself first and I can't have the best mental state for myself, then how can I take care of y'all? I'm supposed to be the provider and the protector.
Yeah.
So if I can't be that for y'all, then what I'm saying, if I'm putting y'all first and my mental state is messed up, then I can't be there. You know what I'm saying? And so, that's certain things to take into aspect of, when it comes to dating. Make sure that your mental state is, a lot of times people don't want to be lonely, but they not, mentally. A lot of times I know when we talk about dating these days, a lot of the aspects is financial. But I feel like the first thing is mental.
Should be.
Your mental should be up to par. You know what I'm saying? Your mental for yourself first. You know what I'm saying? If you narcissistic and you have all of these, you have no accountability and things like that, you should be working on yourself first. Because you're gonna get somebody and you gonna take them, like they said, the saying, hurt people hurt people. You know what I'm saying? That's true to a certain extent. But I would rather, if I got hurt before, I would rather take myself out of that situation, be lonely for a while, learn myself, relearn how to not be hurt again. And that's what people don't do. They don't learn how to not be hurt again. They just take that hurt and that pain. Yeah. And we've always been taught a lot of times that the saying is like get under somebody else to get over somebody else.
But see, that goes what a question I was gonna ask. Do y'all believe in transferring energy?
You mean like, say for instance, if I'm broken or hurt, I'm gonna transfer that energy to them?
Yeah, if I'm talking to
spoil the whole damn organization.
Because I done been through all these bad different women, and then I find this one good woman.
Yeah.
But I done got all the energy of these bad women.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
Yeah.
Why not?
I do.
I don't believe
Hurt people.
I don't believe it's an energy, I don't think it's energy being transferred. I just think those previous women didn't give you the space to work on yourself or to fix things. Like me and my wife, like, how would you know you narcissistic if you don't have nobody to expose?
But see the flip side though is you don't know what you're taking on when you're dealing with people. So sometimes you take on other people's things and they energy that they put up on you, and you don't know these things are up on you because you didn't receive their energy. So now you taking that energy for somebody else, and you trying to move forward with this right person, but you still holding on to everybody else's energy that you don't even know you got up on you.
Yeah, facts. And that's why I believe it's a point of both of what both of y'all are saying.
But
I believe in the energy part, and I do also believe about, having to have somebody to tell you about, because a lot of times people that's narcissistic don't know they narcissistic, but they might have became narcissistic based off who they was around beforehand.
Right.
And
I'm
then
pretty sure I
kinda,
made a lot of narcissists out here.
But
you won.
But also,
I'm well aware. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Why is it your responsibility to hold on to that bad energy?
But you don't.
But you don't know it's not necessarily that
yours.
you. What's it called? It's just saying like energy transfer. Like
So if you don't know it's in you, maybe it's not maybe it's not energy that somebody gave to you. Maybe it's a characteristic that you have within yourself.
Nah, it's like you
But
can be
that could
around.
be too.
That's why two things can be true at
You
once.
ever feel like
but
being around somebody long enough, you start to do things like them?
Well, that's because
It's not intentionally. It's not intentionally.
But you gotta think about it. But now you're mixing something else. Now you talking about becoming a creature of habit.
No, I'm saying
Like
you taking on the energy.
That's not energy though. Like if I'm in here with Biscuit and every day he get up at 7, every day if I'm here with Rob and every day he get up at 7:00 and he go outside and start exercising, and I'm watching that every day. His energy is not being transferred. I'm watching him.
No.
every day.
Watch. I mean, as far as when you're dealing with women, you touching them. See, I'm saying the difference. You touching them. When you around people and you touching them, engaging them, you are getting their energy. You are receiving whatever bad spirit, bad vibes you got. Sometimes you be with somebody, you be having a good ass day, and you go around somebody who have a bad day, and next thing you know, you having a bad day.
Okay,
that's
let me ask
the
you a
energy.
question. Okay, peep this.
That's the transfer. I kind of feel what he's saying differently.
But we all, we all got some intelligent minds. You know, one thing about the energy: energy cannot disappear or be distinguished. It has to be transferred from one place to the next.
That's true.
So if you meet a woman now, a good woman, you can't tell me that bad energy just got off you and just evaporated.
No.
So
that's what I'm saying.
So now, how can it be a transfer of energy if you're not transferring that energy to good person?
But that energy might be, so if that last person gave you bad energy and you have these traits necessarily, and then you meet somebody with good energy, their energy might overtake, their spirit actually might overtake who, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It might overtake what you know, because
she
like you said, she also helped you. That's what I was finna get into. But she also helped you based off her good energy. Because only people with good energy is gonna help you do something to better yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times when you meet somebody else that's bad, they know you're narcissistic. They know you don't have no accountability. They're not trying to help you work on it. They're just calling you out on it. That's why I don't fuck with you, because you got this and you got that. But
listen to the example you gave. They know you narcissistic. They know you bad. That's not energy that they giving them you. That's you already have those traits, and they just acknowledging that you bring it out.
No, but I'm saying this. I'm saying I don't. I don't know if he's saying every person that you meet like that, but I'm saying it could when you come across certain individuals.
Right, that's what
you know what I'm saying. Like if you dated 20 women, I'm not saying all 20 women you gonna feed off their energy like every last person, but within that time frame, you know what I'm saying, you done been intimate with this one or that one. You feel me? And you done had certain situations. Then that I do believe in that transferring that energy. You know what I'm saying? Like the aspect of like you said, if I'm talking to this one person. And let's say I'm talking to 2 women, and I talk to one in the morning, and you feel me, like she got bad energy. You feel me, like, and I always make this joke and say that you got women that'll tell you good morning at 7, have a good day at 7, and ruin your shit at 7:30. You feel me, like. But
I
that's
just think
also,
it's funny that.
yeah, but that's also I feel like that's also that bad energy, and if you allow it to go ahead and actually ruin your day, then that energy to transfer to you, because you could have had the option to say
to block the energy.
I'm not finna allow this person to, you feel me, like to.
I can understand that.
All right.
I can understand that.
Yeah, he broke it down. You know what I'm saying? Good enough.
I mean, I look at it this way.
But I don't think it's transferred. I still think you opened up a space to say, I'm gonna let you make my day bad.
I think your ass need to come healed. How about that?
That's easier said than done.
But some
though.
people
wait.
Easier said than done.
Don't matter if it's easier said or done. Wait till you easier and said it and done it before you come over this motherfucker.
Yeah,
you know
I mean, but
come healed.
But nobody's coming fully healed. You know what I'm saying?
That's their fault.
Nobody's coming fully healed.
Hey,
Because
I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot me.
And I'm gonna go back to a long time ago. Long time ago,
How
when
long
we had
we
this.
Where I was right.
When you said, I'm not gonna say you was
Where I
right.
was right?
I'm not gonna say
Come
you was
on,
right
yeah.
because no, I'm not
Which
gonna say you was
episode
right.
is it? Can you remember the episode? We were talking about adult trauma. No, not that. Was that?
I don't know.
That
Was it the adult trauma?
I don't
Nah,
know.
it wasn't
No, it
adult
wasn't
trauma.
adult trauma.
I know exactly
But
what it was.
It was the one
I've
episode I
seen a
said-
lot of
it
videos
was the
that
one-
support my case.
it was the one
but
episode-
I just digress.
It was the one episode I said that I feel like you should take time to work on yourself.
Okay.
And Ken said that you never gonna really have time to work on
Okay,
yourself.
I remember
You
that.
never gonna be
You feel
the
me?
you never gonna be the
really
100% best version of
best
yourself.
version of yourself.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that. But I'm saying though, like to his point that he did make, is saying that somebody's always gonna say, even if you know you worked on yourself, somebody might not like your version of what you did for yourself.
Yeah, how far you
So
came.
you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you can't say come fully healed unless you're talking about in aspects of like now normal shit. Normal shit would be a regular human being. The basics. Over 25 at this point, I would say, but I'm gonna say 30. Over 30, you should have accountability. You know what I'm saying?
Very much.
You should have accountability. You should know how to communicate. You should have transparency. You should be honest. You should be open.
Yeah.
These are things that you should come with automatically when you trying to date somebody. You feel me? Now the other aspects of healed, it depends because you have certain things like childhood trauma that you know what I'm saying that correlates over to relationships that are unintentional. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like and that person is still trying to figure, but they shouldn't have to sit out with finding somebody that can help them. You know what I'm saying? Deal with that trauma. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people deal with trauma and they don't know how to express it because they never had nobody to help them along the way. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I still believe some people don't know that they're dealing with a lot of trauma.
A lot of people.
A lot of people don't know that they're dealing with issues,
Yeah, we find a little
traumas,
bit of it every day.
and it
We was
just be
just talking
outside
about
people's
that.
perceptions.
Because that's why to my point, it's gonna take somebody to start bringing those things out of you and start challenging things about you that you didn't know, so that you can start. So Big Kev, shout out to Big Kevin Andrews, man. He asked a question on
My
his
boy Big
Facebook
Kev.
the other day, and I responded. And I usually don't reply to people posts, but he said, something along the lines of, should you wait until you the best version of yourself to be married?
Probably
And I
not to get
said,
that boy
and
in
I
there.
said, absolutely not. Because also, who or what determines what the best version of you is?
right.
It's gonna be it's a constant race, bro. It's a constant work. You know what I'm saying? What you think the best version of yourself is may be a horrible person to everybody around you.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? In
But
that
that's
case,
people's perception.
but it's perception. But in that case, who does it benefit? It benefits nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
When
it should benefit you.
No, it should benefit you. But when we talking about marriage, now it's not.
Yeah, that's a different
It's
game.
not for
It's
self.
not-
you know
yeah.
what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
It's not for self. You know what I'm saying? So the best version of myself may be that my kids and my wife feel like is the best version of me, may be a golden person. And I may not like that version of myself. But when you're operating in a space where other people depend on your decision making, they depend on your mental health.
Yeah, your leadership skills.
Your leadership, that may be that should be fine.
Yeah.
As a man, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually, once you start operating in a space where everybody around you, this is what a real man is. A real man is able to operate himself for what's needed for the people that depend on him. And when those people find their own way, you can revert back to yourself and be,
whatever
the version of yourself that you happy with. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever you want to be.
Like my daughter should be fine, in my opinion, once she have a husband. Because
it should not be your responsibility.
Because she been watching me all these years and she know what a man, should be. Same with my sons. When they have their own families, and I should be okay with what I see if I've been taking care of my business all these years. But when you operate in a space where you thinking about only for self and not the seeds that you have to plant to grow long, because your legacy don't stop. You got kids, they're gonna have grandkids, and they're gonna get married, and now it's gonna be other people that's gonna be into the it's what I'm saying. That don't stop.
My shit finna stop.
So that's directly contradiction in what Will Smith was talking about being selfish or think of yourself first. I feel like y'all just flipped everything.
No. What Will Smith was saying is not selfish because he's thinking about his family.
It sounds selfish.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's supposed to sound selfish, but
he's really
it's
being
like
considerate.
It's a sacrifice.
He's thinking about
he's saying like, what's it called? Like, I have to sacrifice myself and how you gonna feel in this situation because it's gonna make you uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make you very uncomfortable to hear me say I'm gonna put myself first. But he was saying in his book, it's a great read, by the way. Like
for example, Will Smith. If Will Smith ain't Will Smith,
watch this.
How does he take care of Jada?
It's a great book. Listen,
and Jaden and Willow.
If you read his book, if you read his book, you'll get a very big understanding.
Cook.
This is out the blue, but if you read Will Smith's book, very good read. It'll give you a very good understanding of why he slapped Chris Rock.
Okay.
I
feel like he slapped him on GP.
But I'm just saying, like,
I'm talking about. I saw that.
He's not.
I saw that.
Remind you, the book came out before the slap. But I'm just saying, if you read his book, you will see the type of person that he said that he grew up as, and things that you know what I'm saying. And you kind of it'll give you more than the surface level of just the GP. You know
I still think that.
Hey, like
I still think the slap was fake.
Hey, like my father-in-law always say, wherever you pitch your tent, that's what we gonna clown at.
But yeah, I mean,
you gonna disrespect my wife on this stage? Just when you get
I'm a firm believer. You get it where you did it.
You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? I ain't waiting till shit. You want to show out in this motherfucker? We can sell some tickets, baby.
And now that we speaking about the slap, the way Chris Rock do his brother Tony make me even more so glad that Will Smith slapped his ass. You know what I'm talking about? Hey,
watch this though.
You got some cats that need to be slapped.
I'm gonna just run a little theory by y'all. A theory. Do you feel like you are afforded in the laws of love in the universe? We ain't talking about like literally. The laws of love in the universe. Do you feel like you afforded so many chances or so many shots at building a relationship or building a marriage or building a bond? Before it's just like, well, we ain't sending nothing your way no more. Mm-hmm. The laws of the universe.
No, I thought about it.
I don't.
I thought about.
I feel like you done burned. I feel like I done burned. I ran through all my 9 lives, baby.
I've been thinking that too, man. I do think that.
But I mean, obviously that's not literal. But just think about that.
No, I get that point. I get that point. Like we have like the conversation we have.
There you go. Why would I steady seeing you good women when you fucking over all of them?
Because you didn't know. Because at that point in time, listen.
I don't feel like
at that point in time, you didn't understand what you had. You got to lose something to understand it.
Keep burning.
But if you if you realize your mistake and you constantly doing the same thing, then stop saying you want love. Be honest and open about, like he said from the get, what you want. Because you can't pray to the laws of the universe and say, I want a relationship, I want blah, 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 and then you keep getting sent women and then opportunities, and you burning your, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about, like I said, self-discipline. If you discipline yourself enough, because at the end of the day, until you married, you single. You feel me?
What is a good woman though? I hear you saying.
A good woman is whatever. It's subjective to whatever you believe it is. Because everybody got their own.
Well, let's speak in general. What is a good woman?
I would just generically say that.
I think his answer was as general as it can get.
Because everybody got you got some men that really want. You know what I'm saying? I want a woman to cook for me. I want her to clean. I want her to blah 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 this and that. And then you got some men that don't care for that. They care more about, like, you know, the emotional aspect. Yeah. It's all about what you, as a man, your love language is, and what you know what I'm saying, what you like, and what it's
more of a question I ask, because women know that if you ask a woman, they all gonna tell you the same thing, what a good man is.
Right.
But when you ask men what is a good woman, we can't come together and say the same thing. Like, we can't agree this is what a good woman and just in general of the topic, we cannot do that.
It's never gonna be the same for everybody.
But for men though, we gotta have a good job. We gotta pay the bills.
Exactly.
We gotta do that.
So that's what I'm saying. Women definition of a good man is really superficial. Cause like I say all the time, you know, like we don't get the right to have a preference. Women say it all the time. I want a guy with a big, you know what I'm saying, 6 foot, make money, blah blah blah, this and that, blah blah. That's universal. That's universal. As soon as if a man say I want a woman that cook, accountability, got a fat ass, light skin, oh you right, you body shaming, you
can't have standards.
Appreciate that light skin. Look out, baby.
Chill out. I love all women.
You can't have standards. As a man, you can't have standards.
You can't have no standards. You can't have standards.
You can't have boundaries. They consider you either two men or two, what they call the word now, gayish.
Sassy.
There you go, sassy.
Yes, sassy.
Yes,
this
sassy
is
Samuel.
You sassy.
This is sassy.
Wait till they see this last.
I don't understand that.
I was sitting sassy last week. Remember when you called me out?
We got some sassy. We got some sassy shit coming up for y'all in this episode.
You know what? It's almost because a good man is generalized. That's what media make it look like. That's what movies have made it look like. That's what
television shows.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
That's what life has made a good man look like.
But it's men, like few men out here that's still trying to do that to make it seem like that's right, to make certain men be less of a man if they ain't doing what this man doing.
And that's them.
But it's also to the point to where, like you said, is like kind of like put out there in media of what this is supposed to be, so women pick up off of that. Yeah. But with us, it's kind of like you pretty much supposed to just kind of like to a certain extent accept what, you feel me? Accept what comes along. What's is your decision? You don't have to accept it. You don't have to accept shit. Yeah. But I'm saying, like, that's how the media portrays good women and good. They don't speak good women because it's supposed to be you take me as I am. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel me? Like
let's ruffle some feathers. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers. Y'all don't have to ride with me if y'all don't want to.
I'm out.
Hey Trey, dog. Oh, what's that?
I'm already out. Trey, let me out.
Trey, let me out.
Trey, let me out. Let me out. Let me out.
A lot of people, society will say they're pretty much basing, and Kenneth said the same thing. They're pretty much basing what they experienced with their parents, and they will apply it to today's lifestyle as the standard of how things should work. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people go off of their grandma, because that era that we came up in. The one right before that, they was kind of living fast and loud too. So let's go back to Grandpa. They'd be like, "Oh, my grandma didn't have to do nothing to my grandpa did." Yeah, but they'll say, one thing I've been seeing recently was I ain't never seen my grandpa complaining to my grandma about the bills or about going half or about this and the third. But we talking about a standard of living that was, way simpler and way easier to maintain and build, all these things economically, versus today where these people out here struggling, not just financially, but just as the dating pool. You know what I'm saying? But your grandma and grandpa ain't have to go through the same thing that a lot of people are enduring today.
Every generation is different.
It's
very much so.
You got to adapt to your generation. I'm not gonna get into the whole aspect. I'm not saying you are.
Well, my point was I don't like that.
Well,
stop comparing me to your fucking Uncle Urshel and whoever the fuck.
Preach.
I'm not your Uncle Urshel. I didn't,
You not your grandma Sally.
Yeah, you not your grandma Sally. Be like you didn't have to. Your grandma cooked every night, and Uncle Urshel didn't go out. You know, he stayed in. He wasn't, sucking hookah and all that, whatever. But pause. He wasn't. Because that's what they complain. My dad,
Right.
my uncle wasn't standing in no section and all this and that. You know what? Well, shit, he
They
couldn't
ain't
go.
had no
He
damn
couldn't go
sections.
nowhere in the '60s, man. Where you gonna go?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, you
To
know,
the
Jail,
house.
jail.
that's what I'm saying. But there you go. Let's just be real here. You comparing these folks and trying to, we talking a 30-year difference. The times have changed drastically since then, and I despise of that.
It's easy to
You know-
paint a picture.
First of all, don't compare me to another man. You know what I'm talking about? I don't give a fuck who it was. If your grandpa or grandma was an exceptional example of what you feel like a man should be, well, go find you a nigga that's 70 years old.
Cause I think a lot of men then, because of the kitty cat itself, men then start laying down, just giving up. Just they ain't gonna speak up no more. They not trying to do this because I feel like I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
But in order for us to go above that, is men have to start back taking up their own leadership role and start, because right now women have these equal rights.
It's hard to speak
let me
up
tell you
when
what it is.
shit.
Shit, they
Every
got
time,
equal left too
what's it
then.
called? Every time you speak up on something, they calling you sassy.
Let me tell you what
That's
it
what I
is,
mean.
bro.
It's hard to-
I'm the sassy guy this episode.
Let me tell you what it is, man.
I don't give a fuck about that.
It's deflection. That's all that is.
Deflection.
That's all it is. Can you pay all my bills? Well, can you cook and clean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or can you change a tire? Or can you bake a cake from scratch? Like, it's just deflection.
Yeah.
What
Nobody's-
you can't do this
they
and I can't
understand
do
that.
that.
It's still
you know
a
what I'm
50-50.
saying?
That's why I
kinda be
said
50-50.
that's why I said I don't know if it was social media or what it is, but we have got to this point to where like it doesn't seem like we're working together. It seems like all the women on this side, all the men on that side, and we just going clashing.
just attacking
We just
each other
clashing.
for
You know what I'm
nothing-
saying?
for nothing
If you don't know,
either.
if you don't know how to bake a cake, shorty, it's cool. Okay, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I
let
don't
me
know how
teach
to.
you.
I don't know how to do this. What you said, but hey, look, let's work together. We can learn. Let's have a date. We can go on YouTube and
Right.
have a date. To, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. But it's my daddy would never know how to. Not.
Let me
You know
tell
what I'm
you-
saying? My mama know how to do blah blah blah. A lot of times you seeing stuff. To your point, a lot of times the things that we seen as men and women that we bringing up to our parents, we only knowing the good part about it.
That's it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? We don't know the bad part about it. We
don't-
only seen what they allowed
we
us
act
to
like
see.
we don't see
You
it.
feel me?
We act
What
like
I'm
we don't
saying?
remember.
Like,
Yeah, that's it.
Cause they they had enough decency for us. If we grew up in that healthy space to a certain extent, they didn't put all those issues like that. Of course, you probably seen your parents, but I'm saying you may not have seen it in a sense of like it was just all the way bad. So you seen everything, and then
You only saw what they wanted to show you.
Exactly. And then relationships back then was lasting years.
But I was just for to say, if that's the case, then why right nowadays every time a woman bring up their grandma or their grandpa, why they don't try to make the relationship last as they did back then?
Because
were
back
ma-
then it was more so like I always say, cheating ain't just started right now. They was cheating and doing all that back then. But at that point in time, he knew, look, it's better for me to go ahead and work this out, you feel me, and do this and blah, blah, blah. Because like I said too, it wasn't that many options. You got so many options now to the point to where people don't want to work things out because they feel like instead of me and you trying to figure it out, I can just let you go and then go. You know what I'm
what
saying?
you wanna do, the next
Because a
one
lot
will.
of people think that you can build who the perfect person for yourself. I can keep on swiping and swiping and swiping
Yeah.
and swiping and swiping
Yeah.
until I get that one person. But you always gonna be substituting things. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me tell y'all where this generation go wrong. In my opinion, I just say 7 out of 10 times
Okay.
we don't compromise with each other and we don't understand. We have no understanding.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I give you a prime example. If your wife is at home all day and you go at work for 12 hours, let's just say 12. Would you expect for the house to be looking decent and clean and, you know, something to eat when you get home?
If you at
Expectations.
home.
Yeah,
When
I would
you get
expect.
home.
Okay.
Keyword, I would expect that.
Okay, now.
I don't think you should
Hold
expect
on,
that.
hold on, hold on,
you
hold
should.
on.
You
Let me-
should.
Let me continue.
Hold on, brother.
Now, if your wife go to work 8 hours, you go to work same 12. Do you expect the same when you get home?
You wouldn't be respecting it reasonably.
But that's
That's
what
a- that's-
people. That's what people drop the ball.
That's an unreasonable
That's
expectation.
what people
Right.
drop the ball. That's you.
Yep.
That's where the disconnect comes because we have these standards and
Unrealistic expectations.
unrealistic expectations
Yeah.
and standards. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Now, as a man, if your wife, let's just say you was off today, and your wife went to work and she worked those same 8 hours.
I'm cooking and cleaning all day.
Me too. And you want to know why? Because that's just the compromise that I'm gonna make and the understanding that we gonna have that. I don't want my wife going out there working all day.
See, I don't necessarily
And
want
coming
my wife
home and
to
have-
be
and
cooking.
coming-
I don't
and
want her to be
coming home.
cleaning. I don't know. I don't want all that cleaning up all day for me. Like
Exactly.
you ain't
know
my,
what I'm saying?
you not my maid.
Because you like the
See, that's how
modern.
people gotta
Because you
understand
like
it.
modern.
I'm with that.
Because you a modern.
Yeah, we
No,
did.
no,
we,
that's
that's
not-
things.
But that's modern.
I understand. I have to understand it.
But that's what I'm saying.
You a
But
modern man.
you're a modern
That's-
man.
we
That's what
set
I'm
that
saying. You're a
baseline.
modern man.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, though, you're not respected for being a modern man.
you only respect it if you're a
You
traditional
only
man.
respected if you're a traditional man. But on the opposite, and once again, we gonna bring a woman on here.
Mm-hmm.
We not bashing women. We gonna bring a woman. But once again, women have the option to
This
pick
gonna
and
be
choose
part
whichever
one.
they
Right.
want to be, though. So you gotta be a traditional man to a lot of women. But women can say, "Well, look, I appreciate that. I'm not cooking and cleaning and all. You don't want that? Cool." But these bills got to be paid.
You know why?
Right.
You know why women feel like they had an option for that? Because it didn't get communicated at first. Because the man, you introduced to a man, and the man
understand
say,
that.
"Come in here, I'm gonna take care of you."
Yeah,
You
because
ain't
a lot
gotta
of
go to
things
work.
we
lot-
set
they
the
put that on
standard
their
for
show.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the previous person, you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like we had that conversation. Man, we done had a lot of
We
good
be having some
episodes.
talks, man.
We
We
be
gonna start
having-
getting
we
mic'd
had
up.
a lot of good
Mic'd up.
episodes. But we had that episode when we were talking about the dating and the standard of dating and how much of the date. And remember you said about, a lot of times some women
Buying drinks
expect
is not tricky.
raw. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
But
not
look, you said what's it called? Like certain women are used to going to these fancy places.
Yeah.
Based off what the other person
They
before
did,
you.
right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that person thought that was the way that they had to. So you can't be mad at the woman. I can't be mad if 3 men prior before
Exactly.
you want to take me to Rude Chris, Brennan's, State 48, and then you came up and then you said, "Well, I want to go to Raw Sushi." It's nice, but I'm not at this point. Y'all done set the standard for me for myself,
Right.
to make me feel like that. Oh well, I'm this type of person.
Exactly, but like just let's for example, Lotto agreed to go on a date with you. Everything 100.
come on.
Everything 100. Everything cool. Date is amazing. How you gonna be mad at her 6 months down the line if you ain't giving her the lifestyle that she
She can
used
afford-
to?
If you ain't giving her them
The
$100
date was cool.
plates,
We had
no more.
fun.
You know, she only eat
I
$1,000.
told you what's the color. Man, listen.
You know what I'm
Wagyu
saying?
steak.
I told you, Diddy. Oh,
I don't
girl.
eat regular beef.
I don't eat regular beef. It's A5.
I was telling y'all, girl, Gina, from the Diddy was messing with Carisha and all that, was
Yeah.
getting into it. I shot at her in her DM. She responded. Now at this point, I'm really like,
Damn.
nigga,
Hey man, don't do that. Don't shit on him. Hold on, baby.
I'm missing it.
Let my
I'm missing
man.
it.
Let my
I'm
man.
gonna shit on myself. It's nothing
Oh.
I can do. You just was with this. What can
Hey,
you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
so you called
You know
it
what
off
I'm saying?
yourself. You ain't even like, oh, you weren't even expecting it.
No, I'm still gonna be me. I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? But I'm
Yeah.
just saying realistically wise,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
only gonna go to a certain point.
Right,
You
right.
feel? I'm not
Exactly.
because I shot and you feel me? She said something back and then I'm just saying like at this point it started becoming to what now is like I'm just bullshitting with myself. Cause I know, you feel me? Like what can I,
Yeah.
you feel me? Like what I'm going
But you have people that'll keep on going, put themselves in that situation,
That's when
and
you
then
crazy,
5
diabolical.
then a year later be mad at her because she wants
She a gold digger.
Because you ain't on
done
her
gave
level.
us
Nigga,
some-
she just was with Diddy.
Come on,
nigga,
my boy.
That's
like-
going. That's pretty much going. I mean, really on both sides. You can, if you start out properly, like you said, just if you keep it real, man. Just keep it
Yeah.
real, you get a better deal. That's just the bottom
Every
line.
time.
fact.
If
But-
you keep it real, you get a better deal.
You know your standards. You know what you can
You know what I'm
afford and what you
saying?
can't afford.
And you
That's
trying
the
to,
same with y'all women.
you want this woman, like you said, that's eating $1,000 A5 Wagyu beef, baby. You know what I'm talking about? And you
to come get a
finna,
quarter pounder.
you're not finna take her to sing on, B.
No,
Like, she
that's
not,
what I'm
she's
saying.
not
You know
going
what
up
I'm
there with
saying?
you.
But all depending on that woman's personality.
That's
though.
true too. That's
yeah.
another factor
Yeah.
too, because every woman not like
shit
this.
is hard, man.
Every woman not like
No,
this.
that's why. That's exactly why I said the first everything cool at first, but then
Yeah.
once
But it's
things
gonna be a
start
level.
progress,
It's gonna be a level of,
you know what I'm saying?
of what she
Of
expects.
expectation. You know what I'm saying?
Expectations
It's
just
gonna be a
based
level of
off. You feel me?
expectation.
Like based off her own value of herself. If I've been in the room around these multi-millionaires, like yes, you know what I'm saying. You cool. You feel me? I enjoy your company and things like that. But
Right.
just for myself, I don't want to have to downgrade my lifestyle.
You shouldn't have to.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
See, like me, I don't necessarily want to date no woman that I can't afford. Reason what I mean by that, if I'm looking, so say social media, you know, you got the social media stars like Cat Stacks, you know, or the ones that go out and they, you know, they got all their own diamonds. I don't have diamonds. I'm not gonna go waste my money on no more diamonds.
Right on.
I had diamonds before, but I would not waste my
facts.
money on no diamonds. So therefore,
Gold
if you
hit
see a
3
woman that got
grand,
diamonds
motherfucking
all on her
eyes.
body, and you know when you address her, you know what she want.
Yeah.
She
I'm
want
not, I'm
diamonds.
not gonna say I'm not gonna say
go
that's
to
what
that
she.
woman.
I'm not gonna say that's what she
I
wants.
mean,
Because that could be what she likes. She's
That could be
because
what
women,
she like.
Women like jewelry
But
too.
if you
Nowadays they do.
But if you are gonna if you're gonna
Sally
play
wasn't
on,
wearing no bust down.
if you're
Go
gonna
ahead.
play
Whitney
on
was.
if you're gonna play on the fact of what she like and what she want versus
basically,
you know
I'm saying what she can do. If I see what she can do for herself, if I can't do what you already doing for yourself, I don't want to bother you.
some situations are 100%
Right on.
genuine.
I'm with that.
Some situations are
What was the
100%
statement?
genuine.